Hello everyone. Has anyone joined the session so far? Drop me a hi in case you have joined the session already. Waiting for others to join in. Hi Astha. I'm just waiting for others to join in. Hi Lavleesh. Astha, you are also going to appear for CAT? Hi Ashtosh. Good evening. Great. So we just got the news yesterday that the CAT is going to be held on November 24th. So exactly we are 125 days away from CAT. And trust me, 125 days is a good enough time for you to prepare well. Even if, say, you have not started your preparation so far, you are about to start your preparation today or say tomorrow, you still have good enough time to do well in CAT. 125 days are a good enough time for you to do well in an exam like CAT. So, are you all up to put the effort it takes? Are you all up for the challenge of CAT and win this challenge? Great. So, are you going to start your preparation afresh now, or you have been preparing since few months now and have been at least in the range of say 80 plus in CAT mocks? Have you all started taking CAT mocks? Astha, Ashtosh, Lavleesh, have you started to take CAT mocks? Okay, Ashtosh. So, as I said, there is no need to worry even if you are starting your preparation today, or say, you start your preparation from tomorrow. You don't need to worry at all. The only things, you all should keep in mind, Astha, don't worry at all about quant. What I'll say is, say, suppose you are starting to prepare for quant now on, just like Ashutosh is going to start the preparation now on, and maybe some of you are going to start your preparation afresh, or say have not been doing well in some of the sections. But no, as I said, 125 days with a proper planning, you all should be able to do pretty well. Now, there are certain things which you should keep in mind, say, while preparing for quant from now on, is that, say, don't waste time on certain areas from which you will not get many questions in the exam. Focus on those things which are going to give you the good returns in exam first. And for next 30 to 45 days, do not compare your score with your friends or your other peers who are going to appear for CAT. Just focus on your CAT scores in the mock. Just focus on your scores. Your target in every CAT mock should be to increase your score by 10 to 20% every mock you take. When I say 10 to 20%, I am talking about absolute score. The moment you will start increasing your absolute score from 10 to 20% every mock test you take, your percentile will shoot up. The only thing is, analyze the mocks you take, work on those areas, and before you take the next mock, you ensure that you are at least increasing your score by 10 to 20% and are not repeating the same mistakes. Asta, there is no need to be worry of quant. I know there are a lot of us who get afraid of quant, but we do not need to be afraid of quant a lot. If say number system is a topic which haunts you, you can just leave number system and focus on algebra, geometry, and basics of arithmetic. Even if say you do only algebra, geometry, and arithmetic, you will be able to score 99 plus in quant. Lot of people have a lot of fear from number system. So if number system is something which haunts you badly because of lot of theorems, Fermat's theorem, X theorem, Y theorem, Z theorem, just keep those theorems aside. You will not get more than one question from those theorems in the examination. So don't worry at all. Focus on the right set of topics. How many of you are going to appear for IIFT also? IIFT and CAT will be held within a span of 7 days. Either IIFT will happen 1 week before CAT or IIFT will happen 1 week after CAT. Hi honey. Are you going to appear for IIFT also? Lovely. As I've said, important topics for quant, be it CAT or be it IIFT, they are going to be geometry and algebra. Everything within geometry and algebra is going to be very important. When I say algebra, I basically refer to linear equations, I refer to quadratic equations, I refer to inequalities, I refer to functions and graphs. These four are my most important topics from algebra, which you should be doing very well. What are those four topics of algebra? Linear equations, quadratic equations, functions and graphs, and inequalities. These four are going to form an important part of your algebra, both for CAT and IIFT. Asta, if say you have not yet planned for IIFT, I will suggest to take IIFT because IIFT and CAT, they are very similar. The only difference is in two areas. One is IIFT has GK, which you need to study separately, plus data interpretation section of IIFT is going to be slightly different from that of CAT. In what sense? IIFT DI will have close options. They will be very calculation intensive. So you cannot just remove the options, say eliminate the options in IIFT DI because IIFT DI has close options. However, in CAT DI, you can eliminate the options and still work out. So this is the only difference between IIFT and CAT as exams, where IIFT has GK, CAT does not. IIFT DI is calculation intensive with close options, and CAT DI is not that calculation intensive as compared to IIFT. Rest, when it comes to verbal, it is similar. When it comes to remaining part of quant, it is similar. When it comes to LR, it is similar. So the only two areas where IIFT is slightly different from CAT are these two areas. And if you just give around 2 hours every week, if you give 2 hours every week to GK, from now on, things will be taken care of automatically by the time you reach IIFT. So all of you who are preparing both for CAT and IIFT and are worried at how to balance the two preparations, the only different area which you need to study for IIFT is GK, and you need to practice IIFT specific mock tests. So if you don't have IIFT mock tests, go to your offline coaching, ask them to provide you IIFT mocks. If you are the part of online courses, I'm pretty sure you will be getting IIFT mocks. If you don't have IIFT mocks in your courses, you can just check out our website as well. point is you should be doing IIFT mocks definitely. At least 10 to 15 mocks of IIFT is what you need to practice. Asa, yes, testnet GK is going to take care of IIFT. Testnet GK is a superset of IIFT. So if you are preparing for testnet and you are preparing specifically for testnet GK in a very dedicated way, it will automatically take care of IIFT. There are only 2 or 3 topics in IIFT GK which are different from testnet GK, and one of them is international organizations. IIFT is going to ask you some questions around international organizations which usually don't come in testnet at a very say with a higher weightage. And secondly, IIFT is going to be more current affairs oriented, while testnet GK will be social and economic issues oriented. However, it's a 90% overlap in the terms that testnet GK is a bigger set. So if you are preparing for testnet GK, you should be 90% well prepared for IIFT GK also. But vice versa does not hold true, that if you are completely prepared for IIFT GK, you are 90% ready for testnet. No, testnet GK is very, very different. The only thing is that since testnet GK is very vast, IIFT GK is automatically taken care of. Khushbu, first of all, you don't need to worry about CAT and IIFT preparation separately, because both the exams will be held within the span of 7 days. So anyway, if you have prepared for one exam, you are already ready for the second one, because in 7 days you cannot prepare anything new. So whatever preparation for CAT and IIFT has to be done, it has to be done together. And as I said, in non-GK sections, there is not much difference between CAT and IIFT. So whatever you are preparing for CAT is going to help you for IIFT as well. The only area which you need to prepare separately is GK. You need to take a lot of IIFT mocks. Just like you take a lot of CAT mocks, you need to take a lot of IIFT mocks also. Okay, in terms of preparation, so what I will suggest as an approach to all of you who are attending this session is, take one mock test of CAT tomorrow. If you have not taken any CAT mock test so far, take one CAT mock test tomorrow. If you have taken CAT mock test in last few days, it's completely okay. If you have not taken, then take one CAT mock test tomorrow. If analyze your mock test to identify the topics you are comfortable in across the sections, make a list. Make a list of topics you are comfortable with, and then make a list of topics you are not comfortable with. Just 2 lists. Okay, now check out the list of the topics you are not comfortable with. Suppose you get quadratic equations, you get functions and graphs, you get reading comprehension in the list of topics you are not comfortable with. Then what you will do? For all the topics which are there in the list with which you are not comfortable, try to identify their weightage in CAT and IIFT. Weightage of topics in CAT and weightage of topics in IIFT is going to be similar. There is going to be no huge difference. And hence, even if you follow the weightage of only CAT, it's completely okay. Suppose you get 10 topics with which you are not comfortable with, or say you have not started to prepare. Identify the weightage of those topics in CAT, then start preparing those topics for next 60 days in the order of the decreasing weightage. At this point of time, when you are sitting, when exam is 125 days away, you should not be wasting your time in those topics which have lesser weightage. So start in the decreasing order of the weightage for CAT, and that will automatically take care of IIFT also, in addition to studying IIFT GK every 2 hours per week. Asta, I will suggest that now I'll come to this mock frequency question in just another 1 minute. Now, as I was talking about Khushbu's question, so I hope I am clear that what you need to do, take one mock test, put up the list of topics, comfortable topics, not comfortable topics. Be very honest with you. Don't try to mislead yourself. This is not for anyone else. This is for you yourself only. So even if say maximum topics go into the list of topics you are not comfortable with, let it be. Even if the entire syllabus goes in the list of topics you are not comfortable with, it's completely okay. Then arrange those topics in the decreasing order of weightage for every section, and start preparing them for next 60 days. That's how you should be preparing from this day onwards. Okay, Khushbu? Does that clear your answer? Asa, coming to the mock frequency thing, I will say that when you are aiming for CAT and IIFT, your aim should be in October. In October, you should take one mock test every 4 days. Every 4 days, one mock test in October. Every 7 days, one mock test in September. One mock test every 10 days in August. That should be your frequency. One mock test every 10 days in August. One mock test every 7 days in September. One mock test every. Is it clear, Astha? That is how you should distribute the frequency of your mocks. And remember, as I have talked about in previous session as well, whatever you attempt as a mock test, you should be focusing a lot on mock analysis as well, because mock analysis is something which is going to ensure that you improve mock on mock basis. Saransh, when it comes to NMAT, majority of the quant section is going to be arithmetic and geometry driven. So if you are good with arithmetic, algebra and geometry, the same thing applies for NMAT also. The only difference is in NMAT, arithmetic is going to have the highest weightage, followed by algebra and geometry. In CAT, algebra and geometry will have a higher weightage, followed by arithmetic. That is the only difference. So if you are planning to take your first NMAT attempt in say September or October, you should be very, very well prepared with arithmetic for NMAT quant. For NMAT, verbal RCs and vocabulary will suffice. And LRDI, whatever you are preparing for IIFT and CAT is going to take care of NMAT also. But there are certain topics in NMAT which don't come in CAT. You need to study them separately. Those topics are questions like statement, assumption, conclusion, data sufficiency. So those basic kind of questions which you can easily practice from RS Agarwal. So the topics in NMAT, LRDI, say at the NMAT LR section, which do not come in CAT, give them 15 days. That's it. They don't need more time. And rest of the time you can dedicate to your typical CAT preparation, which will take care of your NMAT also. NMAT will only need 15 days of additional practice, majorly for LR topics which do not come in CAT. Is it clear? Sai, if you are starting at this point of time for LRDI for CAT, what I will suggest you strongly is first of all start off with the DI section. Keep LR for the last. First complete DI. Once you are done with DI, then you move to LR. And the best way to practice LRDI is past year papers and mock test and sectional test and topic wise test based on whatever or say whichever coaching you have joined. Those coachings would be providing you topic wise tests. So you should be preparing those through those topic wise tests and past year papers for LRDI. Lovely. For NMAT vocabulary, say in case you are the part of our course, one word list which we have provided in the course is going to help you with NMAT. Plus, you can couple it with GRE Barron high frequency word list. GRE Barron high frequency word list is going to take care of your NMAT as well as TISNET vocabulary. And if you are starting from now for LRDI, as I said, first complete DI because DI is easier to complete for CAT, and then move to LR because since the introduction of logical DI questions in CAT LR section, it's very important that you first complete the basic DI part and then you move to the typical LR questions of CAT. Astha, no, GRE book is not compulsory for verbal ability. I was only talking about the vocabulary part, and for vocabulary only the Barron's high frequency word list. That's it. Nothing else of GRE verbal book. Only for vocabulary I am talking about the word list of Barron high frequency words. Saransh, as I have told in the previous session also for RCs, I have talked a lot about RCs in the previous session. I will request you to please check the video of the previous session where I have talked a lot about RCs. In case you are facing difficulties in RCs, we are starting a course dedicated to RC. From tomorrow, you can probably join that course as well. Shirish, currently I am pursuing BA final year. Shirish, every experience is counted in CAT. When you are filling the CAT form, every experience of CAT, every experience is counted. The only condition is that your work, your job should be a full-time paid job. If you have a full-time paid job, irrespective of the nature of the job, your job will be treated as a valid work experience. When CAT will open up the forms on August 7, I will keep a dedicated session on August 7 for where I will tell you how to fill CAT form. I will take a live session on August 7 where I will talk about what to fill in which field and how to go about filling the CAT form. And there also I will take up these kind of questions. But to let you know, you don't need to worry about your work till the time your job is full-time paid. You have a valid work experience. Lavlish, Astha, Saransh, Sai, any specific questions which you have at this point of time, which you want to ask? Sai, I have just shared the link of the course. Khushbu, yes, you can take only one attempt in December also. I personally never suggest anyone to go for 3 attempts. See, NMAT has started this business where they want you to apply again and again and they make money. So don't go for 3 attempts. Maximum 2 attempts is what I will suggest you. Maximum 2 attempts. If you have to take a single attempt, take it in December. If you have to take 2 attempts, take your first attempt in October, take your second attempt in December. That is how you should plan. I will take a specific session day after tomorrow on NMAT strategy as well, where I will talk only about NMAT. I will even tell you how to attempt a NMAT examination paper, how to go about question selection, how to go about maximizing your score in NMAT. I will tell you everything in the session on NMAT, which we are going to keep in another couple of days. So Khushbu, I guess I have answered your question. And you also had this question around IIFT preparation along with CAT. I guess whatever I've shared with you, in this session earlier has answered your question. Sai, yes, we will keep a SNAP strategy session also, but once the SNAP notification is out. For now, whatever you are going to prepare for CAT, NMAT, everything is going to take care for SNAP also. The only thing in SNAP which you need to study extra is the GK part. Lovely frequency to give IIFT mocks. I will say that you should take 10 to 15 IIFT mocks also. Just like you give good importance to CAT mocks, IIFT also deserves that importance. So you should be taking 10 to 15 mocks of IIFT also by the time IIFT exam occurs. That would mean you take one mock test of IIFT every 7 days in November, one IIFT mock every 10 days in October, and one IIFT mock every 10 days in September. So September, October, one IIFT mock per 10 days. November, one IIFT mock every 4 days. In September and October, you can keep the higher frequency for CAT mocks, but in November, you should give CAT and IIFT mocks with same frequency. Yes, Khushbu, IIFT will have grammar-based questions. So there are sentence correction videos in your course, Khushbu. Go through them. They will take care of your grammar part. Astha, I will say that there are the only way to avoid losing marks through QA and DIA is to focus on just couple of topics which have the highest weightage in exam and ensure that you get 100% accuracy in them and do not attempt any other topic. So for example, when you talk about CAT, just prepare algebra and geometry. When it comes to DI, ensure that you are preparing all the DI topics. Even if say you are not very good with LR, prepare the entire DI. But DI and QA are separate sections in CAT. So you cannot mix them. For QA, only for the QA section, only prepare algebra and geometry, leave number system, leave PNC, leave probability, you will be all good. But DI is clubbed with LR. So you need to be good with either LR or DIA to do well. Sai, any other question? Shirish, Lavlish, Astha? Any other questions which you all have? Are you all up and excited to prepare for the next 125 days with all the efforts and all the determination it takes? Are you all ready or you are worried? I want all of you to be geared up. Be geared up. This is the time. The next 125 days. Nothing matters what has happened in the previous days, previous months so far. Next 125 days, you can get ahead of everyone else. You can get ahead of everyone else and ensure that you get a 99 plus percentile. You don't need to worry about what has happened so far. Even if you started your preparation in January, even if you started your preparation in February and you have not been scoring well till today, don't worry. Next 125 days are going to decide everything. Past is not going to decide it. Kushbu, I will say that focus on LR and logical DI questions. You can leave only DI questions. So questions which have only DI, you can leave them, but focus on LR questions and logical DI questions. Honey, your target should be that every Saturday and Sunday you are taking a mock test. That's how you will plan your stuff. Don't take a mock test on a weekday. Start taking mock test every weekend. And that will take care of your needs. Awesome, Lovely. That's what I want all of you to be all ready. Khushbu, as I said, don't worry about what has happened so far. Gear up from today. Next 125 days, nothing can stop you if you are up with all the confidence and determination for next 125 days. Is it clear? Honey, of course, you will be taking cat mocks at a higher preference. So, say if you have 4 weekends in a month, say 4 weekends mean 8 days. You will take 5 days for cat mock and 3 days for non-cat exams. Anyone else? Any other question? Anything which is lowering your confidence at this point of time? Or are you with me that next 125 days you are going to ace it? Are you going to ace it? I'm not saying yes. Come on. Stranger, forget 80 percentile. That's a thing of the past. Next 125 days, you are going to convert 80 to 99. That's what you need to tell yourself. That's what you need to start focusing on. As I said, forget percentile. Whatever absolute score you are getting, try to improve your absolute score by 10 to 20% in every mock you take now on. Is it clear? Great, Asa. Great, Jyotika. Yes, honey, right. Any other thing which is deterring you, anything which is worrying you, you can ask me right now. Any apprehensions, any anxiety, anything worrying you, shoot it right now. Let me take care of all your apprehensions. Let me take care of everything which is going to deter you. After this session, nothing should be deterring you. Next, exactly 125 days we are away. And this is your opportunity. Forget the past weeks, the past months, everything. Even if you start from zero today, you can get to a 99 plus percentile. Any questions, anyone? Stringent sectional mocks will help you if you are, say, weak in any specific section. There is no frequency I will suggest you for sectional mocks. For full length mocks, I can suggest you. Sectional mocks will depend upon the section you are weak in. So, for example, say I was weak in verbal earlier, and that's how I took my score from 70 to 99 percentile in verbal. That was by taking sectional tests and analyzing them, and ensuring that every time I take a full mock test, I don't repeat the mistakes of my sectional test in the full mock test. So sectional tests do help you, but they help you at a sectional level where you are weak in one section and you need to improve your score in that particular section. Sai, as I said, don't worry about the mock score so far. Take one full-length mock test tomorrow. See where you stand. Divide the list into 2 topics and start your preparation. Jyotika, yes, let me type the list of algebra topics for you. So first is linear equations. Then is quadratic, functions and graphs, and inequalities. These are the 4 topics, Jyotika. Sushmita, Kusmita, you don't need to lose your faith. As I said in the start of this session, analyze the 6 mocks. Don't take a 7th mock till you have analyzed 6 mocks. When you will analyze the mocks, you can put up the topics in the 2 columns. Topics you are comfortable with, topics you are not comfortable with. Then for topics you are not comfortable with, arrange them in the decreasing order of the weightage in CAT exam and start preparing them. You have 125 days. How can you lose your hope 125 days before the exam? You cannot. If you are going to lose hopes 125 days before the exam, that means it was never your dream. If it is your dream, guys, if it is your dream, you cannot leave your hope, you cannot leave your confidence, you cannot get underconfident today. Are you getting my point? As I said, forget the history, forget the past. Whatever mocks you have taken, analyze them and start preparing those topics which have higher weightage in exam. Nothing is going to stop you. Kusmita, are you getting what I'm trying to tell you? You have good enough time. Even if you have 10 topics to prepare, you have 15 topics to prepare, you have good enough time. Just analyze those mocks. Those 6 mocks you should analyze. Put them in the list. Then arrange the topics in the list in the decreasing order of the weightage and start preparing. Any more doubts? Great. Are you all confident? Are you all up with the energy? Are you all up with the entire determination it's going to take? ASA, it depends upon your schedule. If you say you are a working professional, 2 to 3 hours on weekdays and 6 to 8 hours on weekends. If you are not working, you are at home, then 4 to 5 hours on a daily basis. Great, Sai. That's what I want all of you. Up with the energy, up with the confidence, up with the determination. And the only percentile all of you are going to aim for is a 99 plus percentile. I don't want to see anyone just looking to clear the cutoffs. No. All of you are going to aim for a 99 plus percentile. Is it clear? Amrita, if you have not taken any mock so far, as I said, take one mock test tomorrow. Take one mock test tomorrow and get the list of the topics you are comfortable with. Get the list of the topics you are not comfortable with. And then arrange those topics in the order of decreasing weightage and start preparing. Doesn't matter if you have not taken any. You should. Amrita, I have already shared the frequency and everything. I will repeat it once again. But if you have not taken any mock test so far, take one mock test tomorrow so that you get to know where you stand. Then it's okay to not to take a mock for next 3 to 4 weeks. But take one mock test tomorrow so that you get to know where you stand, which topics you are comfortable with, which topics you need to prepare. Frequency should be in November, you should be taking one mock every 4 days. October, you should be taking one mock test every 7 days. September, you can take one mock test every 7 to 10 days. In August, you can take one mock test every 10 days. Mukesh, in the previous session which we have had, I have talked about RCs in detail. The only way if you are scoring low in marks in any topic is to analyze, trying to understand the pattern of the mistakes you are making and then working on those mistakes. The biggest mistake which I see a lot of CAT aspirants do is they don't put up the time in analyzing the tests, in analyzing the questions you solve. Amrita, is it clear what I said? Don't worry if you have not taken any mock test so far. Take one mock test tomorrow, prepare the list for you, and start preparing. August, one mock test every 10 days. September, one mock test every 7 to 10 days. October, one mock test every 7 days. November, one mock test every 4 days. Any more doubts, anyone? Mukesh, first of all, you never give a mock, you take a mock. This is the basic grammatical mistake. You take a mock, coaching institutes or educational institutes, they give you the mock. You can, it's completely okay. If you have not started to prepare yet, it's completely okay. Take one mock test tomorrow so that you get to know where you stand. And then you start and plan your preparation accordingly. Yes, Mona Lisa, you have 125 days. 125 days, as I said, even if you start from scratch from tomorrow, you are going to do very well in the exam if you plan your preparation in the right way. Himanshu, you don't need to study all the sections on a daily basis. Just because Quant has a very, very extensive syllabus, study Quant daily and study verbal and LRTI on alternate days. Are you getting my point, Himanshu? That's how you should plan your sections. Study Quant daily, verbal and verbal and LRTI on alternate days. That is how you should prepare. Amrita, I guess you are just your query and Himanshu's query is same. So I've just told you that you don't need to study all the 3 sections on the same day. A normal human being cannot study all the 3 sections on the same day effectively. So study 2 sections per day, where Quant is a section you study daily, and alternate your days with LRDI and verbal. Mona Lisa, yes, it's completely possible to get IIFT. Why just IIFT? I will say this is 125 days are more than enough for you to even get into an IIM. 125 days to crack any exam, especially the exam like CAT, is very easy. Kumar, Abhinav, it's going to be practice. Only practice can make your calculations fast. Koshagri Shivam, as I said, you need to analyze first. I guess you are just solving. You are not analyzing. You need to analyze. Go to my previous session where I've talked about how to analyze a test which you take. You need to divide the topics into 4 quadrants. You need to do that analysis on every maths sectional test which you have solved. If you are weak in maths and your score is not improving, then what's the point in just keeping on solving? You first need to analyze it. Go back to the previous math sectional tests which you have taken. Make a quadrant. Put accuracy in one axis and time taken in one axis. Identify the topics where your accuracy is high and you are taking low time. Those are your strong areas. Then high accuracy and high time. Those are your moderate areas. Low accuracy and low time. Those are again your moderate areas. Low accuracy and high time, they are your weak areas. You don't need to attempt low accuracy and high time questions. First of all, you will attempt and identify those topics which are in high accuracy and low time. Then you will work on your moderate areas. You need to do that analysis. People see, no teacher, no coaching can do anything unless you analyze whatever you are studying. So whenever you take a test, you score low, go and analyze your test. You all need to do that. No teacher, no coaching has a magic wand that they will just do it and you will score high. Whatever reviews you may read on any Facebook group for any coaching or anywhere, everything is framed. It is at the end of the day your effort. Coachings are just the enablers. I can be an enabler. Any other coaching can be an enabler. It is you who has to study. Am I right? It is you who has to analyze your performance. It is you who has to conclude that these are my weak areas, these are my moderate areas, these are my strong areas. Then any coaching or any teacher can help you that how to work on them. But the first step of analyzing has to come from you. So please, please, please analyze whatever you solve, especially for the sections where you are weak. Is it clear? Himanshu, you cannot do LRDI, RCs as well as Con daily. That is too much to ask for from yourself, especially if you are a working professional. Unless you are a fresher who is at home, you cannot study 3 sections in a day. Strangers, I am not getting into percentile predictions. This session is not about predicting your percentiles. Mona Lisa, as I said, you need to first focus on topics which have higher weightage in the exam. Now, for maths, algebra, and geometry. For verbal, RCs. For LRDI, almost every topic is what you need to study with the same importance. But in quant, you can put up higher focus and first focus to complete algebra and geometry. In verbal, first focus to complete RCs. Study the topics in the reducing order, in the decreasing order of their weightage in the exam. Is it clear, Mona Lisa? So you don't need to worry a lot. Just what you need to do is you need to put up the topics in the decreasing order of their weightage in the exam. I am giving you a high level idea. For maths, algebra and geometry, I have already told what are the topics in algebra. Geometry, majorly circles is what you need to focus on. Then in verbal, RCs. In LRDI, there is no such topic. You need to study almost everything in LRDI section. So for LRDI, take past year papers, and they can be a good reference for you to understand what kind of questions come in the exam. Past mock tests, they will help you. So say Mona Lisa, if you are enrolled in any online coaching or in any offline coaching, go through the sequence of the topics in which they are teaching you. But ensure that whichever coaching you are enrolled with for CAT, LRDI part is completed within September. A lot of coachings they avoid LRDI. It's a very critical part. So please ensure that you are completing LRDI part by September, October. Himanshu, 3 to 4 sets are a good enough number if you are able to solve them with 100% accuracy. 3 to 4 sets is a good number if you can solve them with 100% accuracy. 4 sets, 100% accuracy, you are in a 99 plus range. 4 sets will only hurt you if you have, say, 50, 60, 70% accuracy. And if that is the case, first of all, I will suggest you to improve your accuracy to 90% plus. Because LRDI, just like maths, you can have 90% accuracy. It is only in verbal where it is okay to have a 80% accuracy. But in quant and LRDI, you are supposed to have a 90% plus accuracy. So if your accuracy is lower than that, first again go back to the basic principle of analyzing. The only way to improve your accuracies is analysis. And that's where I see many students not doing analysis. Kushag, it's your choice what exams to focus on. I am no one to say that whether your strategy to focus only on non-CAT exams is right or wrong. It entirely depends upon the colleges you want to get into. If say tomorrow I want to get into FMS, I want to get into MDI, I want to get into NITI, I have to appear for CAT. I have to do well in CAT. If I am content with say colleges like SIBM Pune or NMAT Mumbai, it's okay to not to focus on CAT. It's completely your personal choice that on what colleges you want to get into. Never take your decision based on the exam. Take your decision based on the college you are aiming for. If my dream college is through a difficult exam, I will crack it. I will prepare myself for it. I will not give up. Exam is 125 days away. How can I give up on CAT today? No. Mona Lisa, no. Again, academics is something which is only applicable to IIMs and applicable to SPJAN. So academics can come and hurt you only in few IMs and for SPJAN. For every other good MBA college, academics will not come and hurt you. So don't worry. Is it clear? No. Snap is easier than CAT. So if I have to rate the difficulty level of the exams, I'll put up ZAT as the most difficult exam. Suppose my difficulty level is from 0 to 10. I will rate ZAT as 9 out of 10 in terms of difficulty level. CAT 8 out of 10. Snap and NMAT 7. TISNET 6. That is how you will rate the difficulty level of the exams. Is it clear, Astha? So SNAP is a tad easier exam than CAT. Any more doubts, anyone? Anyone who is worried in any form? For each and every one of you who is scoring low in any particular section or is not able to improve the score in any of the sections, I will strongly suggest to please go back and analyze your performance in the previous tests. Identify your strong, weak, and moderate topics and work on them. You have 125 days to change your score entirely. Anyone who is scoring 60, 50, 70 percentile today can easily move up to a 99 plus level. Santosh, CT is again of 6. CT and TISNET are of same level. Mona Lisa, I will suggest you to go for Arun Sharma books for practice. Arun Sharma books are going to help you. Arun Sharma or Nishit Sinha. And if you want to go for a online course, Mona Lisa, you can check out the link which I am sharing. Kushag, I am unable to find some good sources for Snap LR and Snap TISNET GK. Okay. So Kushag, what I will suggest you is, this is for your GK part. Let me share, with you a link which will take care. And then you should go for Snap mocks. Kushag, the link I have shared with you is going to take care of your requirements, and there is no need to worry. So in case you go for this course, since last 4 years, 28 to 32 questions in TestNet have been coming from the study material. So if you study the study material very comprehensively, you will not need to worry for TestNet or Snap GK. Mona Lisa, I guess your doubts are cleared. Santosh, any more doubts? Astha, Lavleesh, Kushbu, any more doubts? Anyone? Also, if some of you are very weak in LRDI, you can refer to this LRDI specific course as well. Kushagra, see, I will say either you go for Time IMS CL. That is one of them. You would be definitely enrolled for your CAT also. So Time CL IMS will stand credible for your mocks for CAT, definitely. They will provide you 1, 2, 3, or 4 Snap mocks also. Now, if you want, if you are seriously aiming for Snap, where you definitely need to go for a lot of Snap mocks, I will suggest you to probably check out this course. This will help you because based on the results which we have had, you can check out the past year results on this page, and you should be pretty satisfied from that perspective. So Kushag, you can check the link for Snap mocks which I have shared. Ayush, to be honest, if you are an engineer, you cannot get into an IIM with 51% in graduation. But you can definitely get into other good MBA colleges. So you can get into other good MBA colleges, Ayush, but probably IIMs are slightly difficult. Santosh, there is no best book for LRDI. LRDI unfortunately does not have very good books. So the best way to prepare for LRDI is past year CAT papers and full length mock tests and sectional tests. Neither Arun Sharma nor Nishit Sinha is good for LRDI. For LRDI, past year papers and mock tests. Any more doubts, anyone? Ayush, to be honest, at least No, top 6 IIMs you won't get. A new IIM you may get, but old IIMs you won't get. Kushagra, yes. NMIMS has a dedicated HR course. NMIMS has a dedicated HR course, so you should you should take NMAT. Plus, NMAT will also open up the doors for XIMB HR. So XIMB HR accepts CAT, ZAT, and NMAT score. So you can probably distribute your stakes across the exams, so that if tomorrow your CAT or ZAT does not go well, you can apply through NMAT to XIMB HR as well as for NMIMS HR. Himanshu, past year papers and mock tests. Plus, obviously, you can check out the link of the LRDI course which I have shared. So there we have handpicked LRDI caselets that will also help you. But in case you are comfortable with the concepts, you just need practice. Go for past year papers and mock tests. Any more doubts, anyone? No, Mona Lisa, for you it won't be an issue. First of all, because you are a female candidate, IIMs have a criteria. Quite a few IIMs have a criteria where they prefer female candidates, and then I'm guessing that you are a non-engineer. In that case, again, you have an advantage. And 66% non-engineer female candidates have been getting into IIMs, since last 3 to 4 years. So you don't need to worry. So if say you score 98.5 plus, you have a chance to get into an IIM. Santosh, definitely you can expect the same. You can expect the calls. Kushagra, obviously, SIBM Pune and SMHRD have better HR courses. I am not comparing them as such. These are the HR ranks. I have shared the link of the HR college rankings. You can check out that. Mona Lisa, yes, you do have a chance. Santosh, you also have a chance. So Santosh and Mona Lisa, you don't need to worry about getting the calls from IIMs if you can score well in CAT. Any more doubts, anyone? Great. Santosh, who again you are going back to the same thing which I've said. I'm sorry, I never suggest anyone to target 90 plus percentile. You have to target as high as possible. 90 percentile is not going to get you calls from old IIMs, even if say you are coming with the academics and OBC and commerce background. For old IIMs, you need to score more. Sai, you are very well placed from an academics perspective. You don't need to worry. Himanshu, yes, you should do more of it. Sai, you are pretty well placed from academics perspective. You don't need to worry. Santosh, as I said, you should be targeting 98, 99 plus percentile and then let the things take their course. If someone will come and tell you that you will get a call from IIMs in 90 and 90 plus, at 90 percentile, you will just not aim for that, right? Asta, for which college are you asking? Kushagra, I guess you are going through many sources, and that's something which is hurting you. The best part is, first of all, analyze the testnet mock tests which you are taking. If you are taking from our course, analyze your mock and send me your scores. I will help you to come up with a strategy. If you are enrolled anywhere else, it's completely okay. Go back, analyze your mock performance of testnet, identify the topics where you are lacking, and identify those areas where you have the scope to improve. So whichever coaching you are enrolled with, be it an offline coaching or an online testnet coaching, go to the mentors over there and ask them, show them the analysis of your testnet mocks, and ask them to help you in identifying the areas to improve. That's how you will improve. Whichever coaching you are joining, that doesn't matter. Though those people, those mentors should help you if you take your analysis to them. Asta, for GIM, the cutoff will be in the range of 87, 88 percentile. So you don't need to worry. SPJAN is not possible for you, Nilesh. SPJAN won't call you. FMS is possible, IMs are possible, but SPJAN is not possible. I will keep a dedicated session on SPJAN in this week, but SPJAN is not going to call you. SPJAN has a blanket of 80 marks. The moment you are in 60s in your graduation, you are out of SPJAN range. SPJAN is not a possibility for you. Jatin, if you score 99.5 plus, obviously there will be new IMs which will be ready to call you. So you don't need to worry. See, the only thing is, the Indian, the IMs, they are going to take, while they say that it's a profile based, profile is what they consider, but they only consider academics. If you will see colleges outside India, profile means overall profile. It does not mean just academics. But for IMs, profile means only academics. The higher the academic, better it is. Himanshu, you don't need to worry from a CAT's perspective. You are pretty well placed for IMs in case you score well in CAT. Nilesh, I'm so sorry for being that straight, but no, I do not want you to be in in a wrong perception. That's why I told you that SPJAN will not call you. But yes, you have a very strong you have a strong chance to get call from FMS. FMS is purely CAT score based. So if you score 98.5 plus, Nilesh, you will get a FMS call. Great. So I'll end the session. Do you want such sessions more, especially where we can talk more about colleges and any specific doubts we have and anything on those lines? Kushal, see, the only way is to keep preparing GK. And probably what you can do is you can identify those areas where you are making more errors, whether you are making more errors in geography, whether you are making more errors in social and economic issues, whether you are making more errors in current affairs, and then try to work on those areas. You need to bifurcate testnet GK into specific topics and then work on those topics where you are not coming up with a good accuracy. Sure, Amrita. So, we will keep all of you posted about the future sessions. So, thank you everyone for joining. And just as a ritual, if any one of you is starting your CAT preparation from today or tomorrow, Asta, yes, I will keep sessions every Sunday from now on. Every Sunday, we will keep a session. And just in case any one of you is still to start your preparation and you are considering your options, just as a ritual, I am sharing the link of our CAT online course. In case you want to check out, you can check that out. Himanshu, I have already talked a lot about frequency of mocks. You should not be taking one mock every week in August. Start taking one mock every week, probably from September. But in August, you can keep it to one mock per 10 days and analyzing the mock. See, it's not the number of mocks that is going to help you. Taking 100 mocks is not going to help you. Taking 20 mocks, 15 mocks with a proper analysis is what is going to help you. So if you spend a day in taking a mock, spend 2 days in analyzing it, and then you will need a time to work on it also. So never run after number of mocks. Always run after that. What are you deriving out of the mock? The purpose of a mock test is to help you to identify the areas to improve so that you can work on them. Is it clear? Any more doubts, anyone? Great. Thank you. I'll keep a session on filling NMAT form and taking NMAT test, how to go about attempting the NMAT test either on Tuesday or Wednesday. We will share with you the links so that you can attend the session on NMAT strategy, NMAT, how to attempt NMAT paper and how to go about filling the form. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining this session. I hope you liked it. Thank you everyone. Good night.